Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Oh, sounds good. Yeah, we're all numbered. We're good there.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay. So, hi, my name is Arcand, and I decided to do my senior project on the first impression. So, within the 7 seconds, well, longer than that I've been up here, you've already made a judgment about me and how I'm going to do on my senior project. And people are constantly judging you, whether you're walking through the halls or when you see yourself every day in your day-to-day life. And I wanted to know why I thought that of people and why that came to mind and how that formulated. So I wanted to see what made me feel different dressed up versus dressing down, and to test that, I've done a lot of presentations throughout my career in high school, and I've always been told dress nicely, dress like you're dressed for the part, and I wanted to see how I would feel if I dressed down. So for my proposal, I decided to dress in sweatpants and a sweatshirt and no makeup, nothing, and I was pushed out of my comfort zone there. And that led me to decide to make my essential question, how does your appearance affect your behavior and perception? Because I didn't want only to see what people thought of me, but how I thought of myself when I was dressed down versus dressing up. And through my research, I learned more about why people dress well for interviews, and I even interviewed others on what makes them feel good. And one thing that stood out to me in my research was something called the lipstick effect. And that's where in times of recession, women spend money on beauty products and things to enhance their appearance to attract more financially secure men. And that stood out to me because even in times of recession, when it's something that they couldn't really afford, they still took the money that they didn't have to do that and make themselves feel good. And so people associate how they dress with their social class was another thing I learned through my research, and how other people see features could help them in their career. So in the picture up there, you can see this man, that's a homeless veteran in the beginning, and he goes through a transformation into this right here to make him interview ready. And I learned through my research that when you're taller, you can be paid more, or if you have a more dominant square face shape, it could help you fit leadership roles, and you could also be more likely to be chosen for a CEO position. And how you look in the workplace obviously is very important. Like if this man was going to do a job interview, you would obviously rather have him on the left versus on the right. And through my research, I got to see why. So as you saw, a haircut can make a big difference, and I wanted to make the same difference in a way that I knew how for my senior project. And that led to me, the first thing that I did was volunteering at a store that helps families in need called Outfitters New Hampshire Thrift Store. And I also hosted a day to perform free salon services for people that needed it through Workplace Success, which is a company that helps people who are getting ready for job interviews or just getting out of being homeless. They are trying to get a job, or they're being put into internship positions. And it was originally for them, but due to a miscommunication with Connie Cody, who was the woman at Workplace Success, we had a miscommunication and the dates that we had mixed up, and I had a salon and no one to come. So with the help of my content mentor that day, we decided to open it to Concord High School students, and I was still able to get the feedback that I needed, and it turned out okay. So for volunteering, I worked a little behind the scenes, and I was sorting clothes for around 40 hours, and during orientation, which was at the very beginning, I saw every item sold helps a woman back on her feet, and it helps them in the way they present themselves, as they can now afford housing with our help. And through the open salon, I gave a variety of services to all different high schoolers, and for 2 hours, I was rewarded with helping them feel good, and I was really surprised, not only with the amount of boys that came, but how much they liked the manicure station. And after the road bump, I got to work with some really fun people, and though I started hating hair cutting, it was really life-changing to see, like, I would always think, oh, it's so tedious, but at the end I saw like what an impact it had on them and what a difference it can actually make. And so now I know I can change lives through my future career. And more importantly, through volunteering, I met some really wonderful people. There was this one woman, her name was Cheryl, and at first I thought, oh, it's just a lady with a lot of time on her hands, but as I got to know her, I got to know her experiences and how it makes her feel to help others too, and how she feels volunteering and why she does it. And that really blew away my expectations for her, and it helped me learn to judge less on looks, but instead on what they say, and now I see in day-to-day life I do that less and less. And so I would like to just say a special thank you to my mentor, Miss Mitchell, my content mentor, Kimberly Hannon, Miss Dustin, the girls in my class that helped me at my open salon, Connie Cody, and Janae Herbert, my volunteer coordinator and supervisor.